All right. So, Chris, I want to talk a little bit with your specialty as being property management. I want to talk a little bit about the value add we're going to be able to do here because these are brand new buildings. We can't go and remodel them or change the units or anything like that. The biggest value add is all going to be on the operations. The units are leased right now at $1,400 a month. Tell us a little bit about what you think we'll be able to do as far as rent goes when we renew the leases in, say, 9 months.
So first we have to talk about buying right. We know where the rents are today. Where can we put the rents tomorrow? These rents are a little undervalued. I would say market rent is more towards $1,550, maybe even $1,600. So in the next 9 to 12 months as we release these up, we're looking at between $1,600 and $1,650. On top of that, the way the leases are currently written, they don't cover utilities like water, like garbage. So when we rewrite those leases, we can pick back some of those costs that we're spending on those utilities and bill it back to the tenants. On top of all that, value add like charging out for specific parking spots per unit, and put in some dog poo stations to help fight some of the dog poo issues you have when you have larger complexes like this, as well as maintaining little park access or having little barbecuers out there in a park space for them to barbecue. Value add to the customer increases in rents, making it towards a home style environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we want to make sure that this is a place where they love to live, right? We want them to be residents in a home. These are apartment homes. These are not tenants in an apartment complex, right? Yeah. And so we want to make sure that they have pride in where they live and take ownership. You mentioned the utility bill back. Are we able to do that just one for one, or is that a percentage?
So in the state of Idaho, even though you're on a 12-month lease, there are tenant laws that allow the landlord to bill back utilities, even if it's not in your lease, with giving a 30-day notice. It allows the landlords to take care of should utilities double because the city wants to put in a new project, to allow to recuperate some of those costs. Within the first 30 days, we should be able to get those notices out and upcharge those tenants that cost that you're paying for garbages and for water.
That's fantastic. And remember, every single one of these units has separate power meter, so we don't have to worry about power. It's just water, sewer, trash, common area maintenance, things like that.
We do have some common area power. Once again, in the leases, if a tenant wants to plug in their big diesel truck into that common power that's outside the building, you just put something in there that charges that back to them, as well as if an EV charger gets put in here, someone has an EV car they want to plug into that common, once again, a way to bill that back to that tenant.
Perfect. Anything else that we need to mention that we forgot to talk about?
I think the only other thing is, the one unfortunate thing about this build is that it's getting done in the middle of winter. So one thing we will be doing is, as we update those leases in the next 9 to 12 months, we'll try and move those leases more towards the warmer periods, where if we do lose a tenant, we're able to get them re-leased up in a warmer period where they're more likely to move, more likely to get the better rents.
Yeah. How do we do that? Is it like 9-month leases or 15-month leases, something like that, to adjust those seasons?
Something like that, yeah. So what you'll look at is, if you have a bunch of leases expiring in November, December, January, February, etc., we'll move them to a lighter month. So if June has 6 leases expiring, we'll probably push for July. If July has 3, it's great. If it has 12, we probably want to disperse that out a little bit. That way we're not releasing up half a complex in the summertime, but we'll cover it usually between June and September.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you.
Thank you.